Step number 2, setting up systems for your nutrition and your exercise. Now, there's a lot involved with this, so we're going to start gradually and we're going to work ourselves in, because there's a lot of systems that we're going to need to create to be able to get you to achieve mastery over your body and be able to respond to any situation possible and still continue to achieve progress and results to get to your dream body. We're going to start with the first thing, and that is just simply creating a little bit of space in your busy lifestyle to be able to get the exercise in that you need. Now, think of it this way. The reason we're going to create a little bit of space is because right now, if you were to imagine yourself and your life as one gigantic container, and all the things in your life, all the time, the commitments that you have, the family obligations that you have, your job, your work, the TV shows that you have to watch, those are all things that are in your life. So your life is one giant container, and in that are all the little components. Now, imagine there's some of those components that are very, very rigid and hard. Imagine them as these big, gigantic rocks. Like, for example, the time that you spend working. That's not something that can change easily. So that's like a giant rock in your container called your life. But then there's things like watching your favorite TV show. Now, that's a little bit more fluid. Well, nonetheless, you have a lot of things in your container, in your life right now. And to put what we're about to put, now what we're wanting to do within the Dream Body program, it's going to be a lot of stuff. We're going to be putting things like exercise, nutrition things in, systems for preparing your food, knowing what to do when you go out. Those are pretty big chunks. And you can't just take all of that into a container that's full of a lot of rocks already and just try to shove it down in. It won't work. You won't be able to fit it. So what we do, though, is we start with something small. We start with a little itty bitty bite-sized chunk, and we just wedge it right in to your life. And so we're going to start with a 5-minute chunk. A 5-minute chunk. Now, everybody's got 5 minutes. There's no reason that you can't spend 5 minutes doing something. We're going to spend that 5 minutes doing exercise. Now, I'm going to make it so flexible for you. You're going to spend that 5 minutes doing something as simple as walking. Now, you can't integrate it and do something else at the same time. This is dedicated exercise time. That means that you don't do anything else while you're doing this. You're not talking on the phone. You're not looking at your iPhone and doing some work or entertaining yourself. This is pure exercise. So 5 minutes of exercise. I like you to start with walking. You can do jogging, you can do running. All that matters is that it's 5 consecutive minutes that are dedicated to nothing but exercise. And you're going to do that every single day for this week. Now, if it gets bigger, that's fine. You can do more than 5 minutes, but I want 5 minutes minimum no matter what. So even if it means that you haven't gotten your exercise in by the end of the night, you better do it before you go to bed. It's 5 minutes, for crying out loud. You can do it. It's 5 minutes. Now, the reason we start with 5 minutes is because when we insert a little 5-minute chunk into your heavy, your densely packed life, over time, once we're in it, we can grow it. We can grow it, we can grow it, we can grow it. And the things that are flexible and more fluid, they have the flexibility to kind of spread out to the sides and maybe up to the surface, while the thing that's most important to you, the thing that will get you your dream body and set you physically free for the rest of your life, you'll allow that to grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You see how that works? So your task is every single day, 5 minutes of exercise, no matter what. No matter what. Okay? The next step in building a system around your nutrition is going to be with just water. What I'd like you to do is I want you to get a minimum of a half a gallon of water a day. Now, that's not much. It's just simply 64 ounces. Now, do the math. It's 8 cups of water. I mean, assuming that you're going by an 8-ounce cup. I mean, that's how much 8 ounces, or that's how much of a cup is. But, you know, you might have a 16-ounce cup, and so then there's 4 cups. Whatever it is, get your water intake to at least 64 ounces. If you exceed that, fantastic. But that's all I'm going to ask you to do to get started.